Did you know that there are 7 personality traits that predict whether or not you could be successful when it comes to freelancing, and they have nothing to do with what's on your resume or what skills you have? This is part of a 7-part series, and today I'm walking you through the 5th trait I see that predicts whether or not you'll be successful in freelancing, and by the end of it, you'll know whether or not you have a good foundation to start freelancing or whether or not this is a skill you need to work on building. Before we hop in, I have a completely free beginner freelance community that I'd love to invite you to. If you've been interested in freelancing, maybe you've tried it before and it didn't go well, and you would like to get some support and advice on how you can move forward and try to make some extra money, just let me know in the comments you want an invite and I will get you inside. If we haven't met yet, my name is Erica Nall. I am in the top 1% of over 18 million freelance Upworkers, but it wasn't always that way. I was a burnt out, chronically ill, grippy socks hospital employee who quit her job and has since become a full-time freelancer. I now travel full-time in the RV with my husband as a digital nomad, and I have retired my husband from his job. I am not a content creator or an influencer. In fact, I'm a copywriter and a mega introvert, but I am starting to record these videos so that I can show up and help people who are struggling right now to pay the bills, people who hate their jobs and feel like they have no way out, because I know that freelancing is the easiest way for you to have a viable path to get from where you are right now to paying the electricity bill, taking your kids out on that vacation that you can't afford, or even quitting that job that you hate. And so despite this being deeply uncomfortable for me, I am committed to showing up every day to provide you helpful step-by-step guidance on how you can build freedom and financial stability through freelancing, even when you think you have no skills for freelancing, because you do. So if that's of interest, please give me a follow, and let's go ahead and get into the 5th trait that predicts whether or not you could be successful in freelancing. So that 5th trait is time management. That might seem kind of obvious, but this is critical when you are a beginner freelancer, and especially if you want to go to full-time freelance. You have to master being in control of your time and being consistent with how you apply that time management. I'm going to share a few of the ways how that shows up and how this might be a struggle for some people. So most of you probably work an 8-to-5 job, right? And with that, we have external motivators that make sure that we show up consistent in our time management, right? So you usually have a start time that you're supposed to start your job. You have an end time when you leave your job. You have an expectation of how many hours a week you work. You also have deadlines that people give you. You have meetings that get put on your schedule, that you show up to. And so you are almost micromanaged when you work for an employer, where people are telling you exactly, be here at this time, do this thing when you sit at your desk, and take care of this. Some people really struggle with this. My son is a really good example of this. He is a super talented artist and a graphic designer. Do you like the way I just said artist? I don't know why it came out that way. But he's a super talented graphic designer, but he also has chronic ADHD. And so once he got through, he was wrapping up his degree in graphic design, and then he realized, like, Mom, I don't want to sit at a desk and work on deadline work. Like, this is miserable to me. I love doing art for the fun of art, but I hate the idea of having to manage time, do deadlines, have long-term tasks. And I'm so thankful that at his age, he was self-aware enough to know that what he needed is, he really likes being on his feet. He likes really fast, repetitive tasks that he can get that quick dopamine hit and move on to the next thing, right? And so if you're the sort of person that is going to struggle with holding yourself accountable, being able to show up each day, being able to set a schedule for yourself, one of the benefits of freelancing is you get to decide that schedule, but that also can be one of the things that's really hard for some people. So I'm also a good example with that. I have chronic illness. I have days where I have flare-ups. It's much better than it used to be, way better than it used to be. But it's one of those things that for me, I'm also a night owl. And so I tend to do my best work later in the day. I don't set an alarm. And most mornings, I don't even really start my work until I don't know, 10 or 11 in the morning. And so, but I have the self-discipline to manage my schedule, that I know that even though I get a later start, I know I don't set any meeting that begins until afternoon, right? So that way I know that I will never oversleep a meeting. I know that I set that expectation with my clients. You also have to be really good at being able to deliver things on time, right? So if you tell someone, I'm going to do this project for you and I'm going to have it to you on this date, you need to make sure that you can manage your work to actually deliver it on that date. You need to be good at, when clients are sending you messages or responding to things, showing up each day and responding back to them. So time management is critical. So if you struggle with time management, freelancing probably is not going to be the best fit. But if you're great at time management, or you're willing to work on it as a skill, especially as a beginner, that is going to be a skill that you're definitely going to learn. So if you're interested in doing that, I would love for you to join my free community. Drop the comment below. I'll get you an invite. And tomorrow I'm going to be back with trait number 6 that tells me whether or not you could succeed in freelance. So if this was helpful, please give me a follow, and I'll see you tomorrow with trait number 6.